Hello, good morning, my beloved students. I hope all you are enjoying your time. As I've said already, we are going to do a long review, most probably for the rest of the week, because we are already ahead of the program. We are almost finished with this year's program. So let's profit from this time. If you have any question or you have any example that you want me to solve for you, don't hesitate to send it via the Google Classroom I've showed already to you. All right, I'm going to continue with the review about scientific notation. Okay, so what I'm going to do in this session today, I'll represent the problem for you. Then you should stop the video, try to answer it. After you are done, play the video to see the answers and compare your answers with mine. All right, so let's compute. In the first activity, we have 4 questions. So I want you to find the product 3.4 times 10 to the power of 5 multiplied by 2.1 times 10 to the power of 7. The second one is 4.1 times 10 to the power of minus 3 times 2.25 times 10 to the power of minus 3. Then 6.75 times 10 to the power of 4, all multiplied by 3.9 times 10 to the power of 6. The fourth one is 9.13 times 10 to the power of minus 8 multiplied by 9.78 times 10 to the power of 5. All right. The second part of the question is to find the quotient. So you basically are going to divide the numerator by the denominator and simplify it. So the first one is 6.3 times 10 to the power of 8 over 2.1 times 10 to the power of 3. And the second is 9.4 times 10 to the power of 4 divided by 4.7 times 10 to the power of 7. Pause the video here, make your calculations, then play the video to see my answers. All right. So 3.4 times 10 to the power of 5 multiplied by 2.1 times 10 to the power of 7. So we said in multiplication, we multiply the numbers all together and we multiply the powers of 10 all together. So what we have done here, 3.4 times 2 to the 0.1, which is 7.14. Okay, now 10 to the 5 multiplied by 10 to the power of 7. We have the same base, which is 10. So we will write it as 10 to the power of the sum of these powers, which is 5 plus 7, which is 12. Great. Okay, in this example, after we multiplied 3.4 by 2.1, we received this number, which is 7.14, which is already between 1 and 10, correct? So if it is less than 1 or greater than 10, we should convert it to a number between 1 and 10 to write it in a right scientific notation. Clear? Now let's go to the second one. 4.1 times 2.25, okay, which is 9.2225, and 10 to the minus 3 multiplied by 10 to the minus 3. We have the same base, so we add the powers. Minus 3 plus minus 3 is minus 6. All right, what about the third one? 6.75 times 3.9. Now guys, for this one, if you multiply the number 6.75 by 3.9, it gives you how much? It gives you 26.325, not 2.6. Look at this, guys. So 6.75 multiplied by 3.9, okay, it is equal to 26.3925. Now, this number is not between 1 and 10. Again, for the scientific notation, I need to write this number between 1 and 10. So I will write it as what? As 2.6325 times 10 to the power of 1. I moved my decimal point one time or one place to the left, so I multiply it by 10 to the power of 1. Now, 10 to the power of 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 4 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6 It is what? 1 plus 4, 5 plus 6 is 11, multiplied by 2.6325. So this number now is in scientific notation. So be careful. If you do your multiplication directly, it will give you 26.325 times 10 to the power of 10, which is an answer, but it is not a scientific notation. So you have to write your number here between 1 and 10. Alright, we did few examples in the last session's activities. Come back there and see how we did that. Alright, now for this one, the same thing, 9.13. I'll multiply these two numbers. 9.13 times 9.78, it gives you 89.291. Okay, now I need to write this number between 1 and 10, so I will multiply it by 10 to the power of 1. So minus 8 plus 5 plus 1 gives you minus 2. Alright, now the last one, 6.3 times 10 to the power of 8. What we're going to do here, we divide 6.3 by 2.1. Okay, it gives us 3. 10 to the power of 8 divided by 10 to the power of 3. So what we do here, it is 10 to the power of 8 minus 3, which is 5. So my power here for 10 is 5. Second one, 9.4 will be divided by 4.7, which is 2. 10 to the power of 4 divided by 10 to the power of 7. 4 minus 7 is minus 3. Alright, now the same thing here. After my division, I got my number which is already between 1 and 10, so no conversion is needed. So the final result is already in scientific. But if your number is greater than 10 or less than 1, then you should multiply by 10 to the power of something, then multiply that 10 with this one to get the right scientific notation. Okay, now let's get these problems. I have the first problem that says Alison multiplies 6.10 to the power of 4 and 5 times 10 to the power of 2 and says her final answer is 30 times 10 to the power of 6. Now, what is wrong with Alison's answer? What can she do to fix it? Do you think this answer is right or wrong? Okay. The second problem, Pablo divided 6 times 10 to the power of 8 by 2 times 10 to the power of minus 4. He made division and got the final answer, which is 3 times 10 to the power of minus 2. Explain what mistake Pablo made and give the correct solution. Okay, so this one is multiplication, this was his division. This is the answer that he got. Now, I want you to see if there is a problem with this answer or not. If there is a problem, try to fix it. The same thing here. So pause the video here, try your answers. After you finish, play the video. Alright. So as you may have noticed in the first example, 30 is greater than 10. Alright, we said that for the scientific notation, this number here should be between 1 and 10. So how can I fix this number? It is wrong, by the way, so how can I fix it? I will write this number as 3 times 10 to the power of 1. Alright, now 10 to the power of 1 multiplied by 10 to the power of 6 is 10 to the power of 6 plus 1, which is 7. Now this number is written in a scientific notation since 3 is between 1 and 10. Alright, now what about this division? 6 divided by 2 gives us 3. Okay, the first part is correct. Now 10 to the power of 8 divided by 10 to the minus 4. So here the power is wrong. Why? Because we said when we have 10 to the power of 8 in denominator divided by 10 to the power of 4 in the denominator, what we do for the powers, we subtract them. So we subtract the one on the denominator from the minus the one which is in the denominator. So it will be 8 minus 4. Be careful, minus 4. Now the minus multiplied by minus gives you plus, so which is 8 plus 4, which is 12. Okay, so he divided the exponents and he should have subtracted and gotten 3 times 10 to the power 12. The exponents here for the tens should be subtracted. Okay, All right. Now we have multiple choices question. Two numbers are written in scientific notation as 7.3 times 10 to the power of n and 1.2 times 10 to the power of m. These are two numbers written in scientific notation. I want to know what is the product of these two numbers. Is it 7.3 times 1.2 times 10 to the power of n plus m, or n times n, or n plus m, 100 to the power of n plus m, or 100 to the power of n times n? Okay. The third question. Okay. How many times larger is 8 times 10 to the power of 6 than 4 times 10 to the power of 2? Remember, we did an example similar to this when we were speaking about the planets last session. Okay, the same thing here. How many times larger 3.6 times 10 to the power of 9 than 1.2 times 10 to the power of 3? Okay, it's the same way of solution. Pause the video here, solve these three questions. Once you are done, come back to me to see your answer. All right? So let's start from the first example. 7.3 times 10 to the power of n multiplied by 1.2 times 10 to the power of 8. So what is the product? 7.3 multiplied by 1 times 2. This is correct. Now times 10 to the power of, what we do to the powers? Of course, multiplication, the same base 10, 10. So we add n plus m. It's not multiplication. It's not 100. It should be 10. It's not multiplication as well. And this is not 100. So these are all wrong except for A, which is right. Now, how many times larger is 8 times 10 to the power of 6 than 4 times 10 to the power of 2? So when we want to compare two quantities, which one is larger? So we take the first one, we divide it by the second one. We did it last time, as I said. So it will be 8 times 10 to the power of 6 divided by 4 times 10 to the power of 2. 8 divided by 4 is 2. 10 to the power of 6 divided by 10 to the power of 2. So we have division of powers of 10. So it will be 6 minus 2, which is 4. So you can write it in scientific notation, or you can write it in standard notation, here to the power of 4. So you will move your decimal point 4 places to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, so it will be 4 zeros behind the 2. So it will be 20,000 times. So this number is 20,000 times bigger than this number. All right. Also, you can say if you multiply this number by 20,000 times, you will get this number. The same thing here. How many times larger is 3.6 times 10 to the power of 9 than 1.2 times 10 to the power of 3? So you divide this one by this one. 3.6 divided by 1.2 gives you 3. 10 to the power of 9 divided by 10 to the power of 3 is 10 to the power of 9 minus 3 is 10 to the power of 6. 9 minus 3 is 6. So you can write it as 3 times 10 to the power of 6. Also, when you are speaking about comparison, you can also write it in standard form. So how to convert to standard form again? So my power here is 6. So a decimal point will be moved 6 places to the right, means 6 zeros will be added, which are here. So this is 3 million times. So this number is larger than this one by 3 million times. All right, guys, let's check this homework. I want you to write a multiplication problem. You imagine or you make up a problem from yourself, okay, that has an answer that is 8.4 times 10 to the power 7. Write any problem. Use your imagination. The second one, also you are going to write a problem, division problem. You choose any problem, you write it, that has a division solution which is equal to 5 times 10 to the power of minus 5. Alright guys, have a nice day and see you tomorrow. Bye.